cried a lot. Your girl was stressed. Hello you guys, what is up? It's Taylor Janet. Welcome back to my channel. As you guys can tell from the title, today I'm going to be filming a recap of my sophomore year. I swear it was August and it was freshman year and I was moving into LLC 1 like it was yesterday, and now I'm just like halfway done. Like, I don't know how that happened. I don't know. If you are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Taylor and I am now a junior economics major at Spelman College. I post a lot of vlogs during the school year. I post college videos, lifestyle videos, things of that nature. So go ahead, before you even get started, hit the subscribe button, join the family. So basically I try to film recap videos after every semester. I guess as my opportunity to speak and talk about my year and things that you may not have seen in the vlogs. Because vlogs are like really short and the years are very long, so yeah. So I did film a recap video after fall semester of my sophomore year. So this video is mainly gonna cover the second half of sophomore year after winter break. Y'all, I am in this spinny chair. And so I'm really sorry if I keep spinning around. It's just kind of irresistible. I think at every recap video that I've ever done, I always give the same disclaimer, and that's if I am rambling and this video is all over the place, that's because I don't script these videos. Well, I don't script most of my videos, but I think for like longer videos, it's easier to script. Like, it's easier to have an idea of what you want to say, but I don't. Because I just want to like speak from the heart and keep it real with you guys. Just transparency, honesty, all of that. That being said, let's get into the video. So just to give y'all a recap from the recap, if it's been a minute, last semester was a very challenging one for me academically because I was starting to get into my major for real. And I did well, I got 4.0, that was great, whoop-de-whoop. But yeah, I was like, oh, like snap, like sophomore year is different than freshman year because the classes are a lot harder. But what I did not know at the time, and I'm starting to figure out, is that just getting into my major, those classes were hard. I'm not even gonna say they're hard, I'm just gonna say they were challenging, they were new. I'm getting deeper into my major and I'm like, oh, so it's getting harder. Like, okay, so I guess every semester is probably gonna get harder and harder because this semester was pretty challenging. Like, more challenging than last semester. I was like, oh, okay. So this semester I took 4 classes, which at Spelman is 16 credits because each class is 4 credits. I don't really see a need to take any more than 16 credits for me. Everybody's different. And the goal is to take 16, 16, 16, and then towards the end, cut it down to 12 because senior year, we're chilling. So this semester I took 4 classes. The first class that I took was on Mondays and Wednesday, and that class was Understanding Visual Arts. It was a graduation requirement, you have to take a fine art. So I decided to take that, and it was very chill, you guys. If you're at Spelman and you're like, I need a fine art, take Understanding Visual Arts. The class was very chill, you guys. Like, we never stayed the whole like 70 minutes. I think we got let out early every single day. It's just kind of fun to use like the other side of my brain, and like I have all these like math and econ classes, and then I got to go to art and it was just like different. It wasn't challenging at all. I just kind of got to relax and just enjoy the lecture. We did have to write some papers, it's still a class, but literally nothing was just outrageous, it was fine. Then Tuesdays and Thursdays at 9:25, I took environmental economics, specifically took environmental econ for the professor. I'm really cool with like most of the people in the econ department, well that I know. Like, I love the econ department at Spelman, they're awesome. Dr. Scott is one of my favorite professors. She taught my principles of macro class last semester, and I saw that she was teaching this class and I was like, okay, I'm taking it. I did not know what environmental econ was, but I was like, she's teaching it, I'm down. So I took environmental econ as a major elective. For my major, I'm not sure if all majors have to do this, but for my major, you have to take 2 electives in your major. So this was one of them. And I had no idea what environmental econ was. And I don't think it's like a popular class for some reason, probably because it's like in the morning. but my class was super small and it was awesome. I loved environmental econ. It's a class that I think even if you're not an econ major, you should definitely consider taking. We had a lot of really good discussions about the environment in relation to economics, and then we kind of like talked about how that pertains to other things like feminism and race, and it was really awesome. But a lot of people at Spelman say, oh my god, like ADW like changed my perspective on life. That's how I felt about this class. Environmental econ is awesome. It's it. If you can take the class, take the class. So my next class was Principles of Management. I was taking this because I used to be a management organization minor, which I'm not anymore. I swear every recap video I have a different minor, different life plan. It's kind of interesting. I'll talk about my future plans a little bit later. Just know that I'm not a management organization minor anymore. It's awesome for some people, like if you want to go to business school, stuff like that, but I'm not really interested, so peace. But I still took the class. I really enjoyed the class. The class wasn't just management organization people. It was also people who were just like interested in learning about management, or maybe people who wanted to start their own business. There's a lot of different majors in there, which was cool. The class itself really wasn't challenging. The class itself was not too challenging. I think it was very fair. Frequent quizzes, but they were online, and the exams and the quizzes helped you prepare for the exam. So it wasn't anything too crazy. I think the highlight from that class is that each of us individually had to create our own business plans. And so I created a fictitious company, or I created a bottled water subscription company, and it was actually really cool, really fun. She definitely kind of got my like gears turning about like different things I could do in the future, like, so that was awesome. Then my last class was y'all already know. My last class was econometrics. I feel like first semester I talked about mock trial all the time, and that was the thing that was like hard and stressing me out. And this semester it was definitely econometrics. I think I talked about econometrics in every single video because econometrics just became my life. I'm trying to think of like what to say about this class because it was literally my whole life. So I didn't actually want to take econometrics this semester. That wasn't the plan. I definitely knew I had to, but I wanted to take math econ. I couldn't get into math econ, so I had to take another class towards my major to make sure I was going on the right track towards graduation, stuff like that. So the next class that I could take was econometrics, and I couldn't take any other class because of the prerequisite issues or time conflicts, so this was the only class I could take. And it's an upperclassman class. It's a 300 level class. And the first day I was, you know, like, okay, like here we go, econ major, sophomore, hee hee hee. You know, me, and then I signed up, and then my friends signed up, Amani and Alexis, Drew, we're all in this class. I was like, great. And there's a bunch of other sophomores too. And the professor came in and he was basically like, so there's 8 sophomores who signed up for this class, and there's juniors and seniors who are waitlisted to get in this class. So some of you guys are gonna get kicked out. And I was like, what? Like, what? Like, I can't get out of this class. Like, I was like, I cannot get kicked out of this class. I talked to the professor after, and I was like, please let me in this class. Like, I don't have a choice. Like, I don't have a choice. There's no other class. I was like, I will make it. I will be such a good student. Please, just please let me in your class. Like, please, 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 please. Okay, just please. Basically, he did it, I think, by GPA or something like that. And I was like, oh, I made it. Like, I made it. Amani made it. Drew made it. Lex made it. So that was lit. So we're in the class. So we're like, okay, great, we made it in the class. Literally, the first class, we started learning immediately. Second class, we had a quiz, we had lab, like, it came full force. Like, that class is no joke. It was definitely the hardest class I've taken thus far. Every single Tuesday, we had lab. Every Tuesday, we also had a quiz. Every Tuesday, we also had to submit a section of our empirical project paper. So it's a lot of things going on Tuesdays, and there's no like, oh my god, like I'm late, like no. And every Thursday, we had to turn in these problem sets. Problem sets got better by the end of the semester, I will say, but towards the beginning, it was a lot. Like I was spending a good 40 hours on my problem sets to turn in. Like not even an exaggeration, like 40 hours. I remember like one day we had a snow day and I sat in the computer lab with Alexis and we spent the entire snow day in the lab and we got half of it done. They were extremely time consuming, super stressful. I always did well on them, but that's because I was putting in a lot of work. Whew. So econometrics was a lot. It was stressful. I spent so many all-nighters in Giles. Giles literally became my home. Like, I never thought that would happen, but I've spent all-nighters in Giles like nobody's business in the labs. Till I realized Giles closed at 11, so we started getting kicked out. So through all the trials and tribulations that econometrics gave me, you guys, I will also say that that class was definitely one of my favorite classes. It was a lot, but it definitely kind of helped me understand more towards what I want to go in the field. Econometrics is a lot. It's a lot of math, science, coding, all this stuff, but it's definitely, I realized, kind of in line with what I want to do, which is more like analytics and stuff like that. There's only 2 exams in econometrics, the midterm and the final, and then a really big paper. I prepped for the midterm a week in advance. Every single day for probably 3 to 4 hours I studied. It was no joke, but midterms went really well for me, you guys. For econometrics, the exam is curved because that class is very hard, but I beat the curve and I was like, oh my God, maybe I can do this. So at midterms, I got a 106, I think, on my midterm, and that's when I was like, okay, like maybe I can do this. So I just kind of like pushed, and I did really well in econometrics, you guys. I'm like very proud to say I did ace the class. I actually got A's in all of my classes again. So I was really happy to secure another 4.0, especially because, y'all, the way my schedule next semester is looking, it might be my last 4.0. But we're still working for the 4.0, but ooh, acing econometrics was definitely probably one of my biggest accomplishments because that class was so hard and I put so much like blood, sweat, and tears into that class. So I was really happy to like see the results of that. Everybody knew, like all of my friends knew, my family knew, like that's the class that like just kept me up at night. It was really hard. It was really hard. Let's talk about some non-school things. I feel like, yeah, let's talk about some non-school things. I kind of touched on this a little bit with econometrics, but as far as like stress and like stuff like that, y'all, I probably cried this semester so much. Like I feel like this has like been so sad, but like I don't think it's a bad thing. Is what I realized. I cried a lot, especially because of econometrics. Your girl was stressed. Stressed. Woo! Okay. But I also realized, like, I don't know, I think I just like allowed myself to feel more than last semester. Like I feel like fall semester I was just kind of like numb, like a robot, like go. But this time I was just like, oh my God, like I'm stressed. Like, you know, you can really bond with people by like crying together. Like me and my friends in econometrics, y'all know who you are. We were just crying. Like example, okay, one night me and Amani were working on this paper and it was like 6 a.m. It was 6 a.m. Guess what? I can't remember who started crying first. But we were both just bawling in Giles at 6 a.m. and I was like, oh my God, like this is college. But I think like, I don't know, like I just feel like allowing myself to feel allowed me to have less stress, if that makes sense. Like instead of like bottling it up, I just kind of like embraced all of my emotions and took them as they came. I celebrated every victory along the way, and every like setback I just kind of like allowed myself to feel, then made a plan of action for how I was gonna fix it. I did do a lot of traveling for this semester. Starting in February with mock trial regionals. Woo! So I know I probably have not been talking about mock trial a lot in this video or at all, but that's because mock trial ended in February. We had our regional competition in Florida. We went to Orlando. Check out the vlog for that, okay? It was a really exciting time and I was like, wow, I love mock trial. I'm not pre-law anymore and I still love mock trial. I'm not pre-law anymore, I still love mock trial. And we did really well in mock trial. We made it to the next level, which is orcs, which is like the level before nationals, which is pretty darn good. But I couldn't go to that because it was during spring break, so I actually didn't get to compete. That was my second time traveling with spring break. I went home, I went to Florida, but I went with my best friends, Delana and Eden, and I was really excited. It was just a good time. And we just got to hang out and watch a lot of movies. We binge watched Twilight. It was lit. Comment down below, are you Team Edward or Team Jacob? There is a right answer. One of the cool things about being an econ major is that companies will fly you out and they will treat you right. So in April, it was either March or it was the end of March, I went to New York for a company visit, and that was cool. That specific company I wasn't like super in love with, but it was a good opportunity. And in April, I went to North Carolina for another company, and that was awesome. I really like this company. I'm obviously not gonna use any names, but this company, it was my second time like going to like their headquarters, and I really like them. So like, wow, I'm smiling. I really like this company. Okay, I cannot remember where I left off because my like SD card got full, so that was awkward. So, okay, let's just skip because I really don't remember where I left off. But as far as my career ambitions, I think last semester, every semester it's different. This has been really exciting. Last semester, I definitely wanted to do my JD MBA, and I don't want to get a JD anymore or MBA. Like, well, I'm not gonna say I'm not going to, but I'm not planning on it. If I get an MBA, it'll be like later, and it'll be my company paying for it. It's not right now. Right now, I'm kind of interested in data science. It's a pretty new field, but it's huge and it's everywhere. And I think it goes really well with econ. Again, like, you never know. You never know. Next semester recap, I might be somewhere else, but right now, that's what I'm really interested in. And that kind of is a good transition to my summer plans. Finding summer plans is very similar to me to like applying for college. And that's why when people ask, what are your plans for the summer? It can be very stressful if you don't have something secured. I felt very stressed when I didn't know. I applied to a lot of internships, okay? And then I did quite a few interviews and I got a few rejections. And by a few, I mean a lot. And I think that's just mainly because I didn't have like any work experience. I've never worked before. And that's given me like a lot of opportunities to focus on my grades, you know. But last summer I went to Ecuador, so I didn't really intern. But for this summer, I just got back from London maybe 5 days ago, and yesterday I moved in to my internship, so that explains this background in case you guys were wondering. I'm going to be at the University of Virginia for the rest of the summer. I'll be here at the University of Virginia for the next 2 months. Yeah, for the next 2 months, where I'll be conducting research in the data science department. And so that kind of goes into learning more about data science and seeing if this is really what I want to go into. So that'll be a good time. Today's actually gonna be my first day. I'm heading there after I film this video. Besides researching and interning here at UVA, I'm also planning on getting started with my studying for the standardized testing. I decided to study for the GRE. It's what most graduate schools take, and then some MBAs take it, some law schools take it, but for the specific path I want to go into, they take the GRE. I thought that was like my best bet, but I do think that because I'm at the halfway point, I do want to start studying for that now to give myself over a year to study, because I'm not a good test taker. I will start by saying that. So that'll be a whole other adventure in itself. Stay tuned for the Study With Me GRE edition vlogs. And as far as my goals for next year, I've been doing really well academically and I'm really proud of myself. I think that junior year is my main goals are professional development, to continue to develop my resume, to find more internships, connections, and really start to figure out what happens after Spelman. Because as I've learned so far, it goes extremely fast. And if my last 2 years go like these past 2 years have, it's gonna be over before I know it. So I just wanna start getting ready for what happens after May 2021. Ooh, I feel like I've been talking forever. I was gonna end this video by talking about the Q&A questions that I received from my Insta story, but I feel like this video is very long. I'm gonna put that in a separate video just so those questions I can really take my time and give them the answers that they deserve. So on that note, I'm going to wrap up today's video. Thank you so much for watching. And if you made it to the end of this video, comment Cheez-Its, because I'm literally using this box of Cheez-Its as a tripod today. LOL. If you guys have any more questions for me, comment them down below. I will be taking them and answering them in my next video, where I'll be answering some of my questions for a Q&A. So that'll be fun. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I really do love you guys, and I enjoy our chats. If you guys want any other like conversation topics, I really like just talking to you guys. Comment them down below. Give me a huge thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more videos. My post days are Mondays and Thursdays, you guys. So during the summer, I'm posting twice a week. Videos will definitely be on Thursdays, but almost every Monday too, so it's lit. Bye guys, and have a great day. I forgot to take my thumbnail, so let's just come up with a pose real quick for this thumbnail, you guys. Let's fix the hair. Should I do like a happy thumbnail or like a thumbnail?